Historical buildings, dams, or even bridges cracks can develop in any structure over the years. Many buildings are therefore regularly inspected to detect damage in time. A young company from Herzogenburg in the St. Pölten district wants to make this easier. Using special sensors, even small damages are to be automatically detected. Thomas Buchinger took a closer look at this for InFocus.
The Limburg meso-suspension bridge at the border between the Weinviertel and the Waldviertel. On this bridge, so-called six-dimensional position sensors from the company SuessCo are installed. Each sensor records around the clock and collects important data.
This is the first sensor worldwide that can measure 6 dimensions. What is that? And these are movements in linear directions, X, Y, Z, and tilts. With this, you can measure precisely to the width of a hair how positions change, and that is incredibly important for machines, bridges, and buildings.
At the Austrian Federal Railways, the sensors from Herzogenburg are currently in use on 2 bridges in Lower Austria. 6 such sensors were installed on the Limburg-Mainzau slope bridge.
Currently, we regularly inspect the bearings with our bridge master, and thus we have up-to-date measurement values for the structure and can take measurements from this bridge at any time. And that is our advantage. It naturally saves us costs and provides higher quality.
In general, it is not so easy to manually monitor cracks in structures. How to proceed is exemplified here by a crack in a wall. For many structures in Austria, such as bridges, a so-called visual inspection still takes place today. That means a technician comes, takes such a crack gauge and mounts this crack gauge over the crack.
When you check again after a few months, you can see if this crack has changed. But with the position sensors, you would save yourself this work in the future.
You can see that when the crack widens, the permanent magnet, that is the reference magnet, moves along with it. And thus the sensor can detect how far this movement, how far the crack opens. If you look at the whole thing, for example, at the roller bearing on a bridge, you have the difference that the thermal movement in such bridges is much higher. That means I need to be able to set in which range a movement is okay, and from which movement over the day do I want to have an alarm, for example, because I want to react to it.
In a computer program, all the data collected by the sensors is also clearly displayed.
We see a great demand, also started here with me in Austria, but with the essential customers, we are already in and just in the German-speaking region. Germany, Switzerland, Austria, 44,000 bridges are in need of renovation and are thus a huge market. And worldwide, that is a much, much larger number.
In addition to position sensors for bridges, the company from Herzogenburg also manufactures GPS sensors, which can be used to monitor church towers, for example. Starting in the fall, the sensors are to be produced in series. After all, they want to grow quickly.